show us the crisis that they are facing. We were in Del Rio, which is the Del Rio, Texas sector, which is set up by the U.S. Border Patrol. And there are 9 sectors, so we spent all of our time in the one sector. The first individual that we met with is a local sheriff, Joe Frank Martinez, who is a Democrat. And he told us and showed us around his county, around the border, and told us that certainly everything has changed on January 20th of this year. It's the highest rate of crossings he's ever seen in his law enforcement career, and he actually described it as more of an invasion than an immigration situation. I should say that we certainly support legal immigration. There are a lot of good folks that want to come to this country legally, work hard, raise a family, and we need those individuals to help make this country what it is. But what we can't stand for is this humanitarian and immigration crisis at the southern border. The local law enforcement, both state, local, and federal officials that we talk to, they lack sufficient resources to deal with this situation. They're severely understaffed. And as the local sheriff Martinez told us, it feels like the Mexican cartels are more in control of the border than the United States government. And that should frighten every citizen of our country. This is not just a national security issue. While it certainly is that, it's also a humanitarian crisis. The demand for crossing into the U.S. Has exploded with the failed policies of the Biden-Harris administration. It has created a human trafficking market for the cartels. Just in the sector that we were in, and just of the people that Border Patrol is able to apprehend with their law enforcement partners across the border, along the border, I should say, just in that one sector alone, it's estimated that the cartels are now bringing in $24 million per week. That's per week in one sector in human trafficking. While they've seen some of the drug seizures go down, that's explained because there's more money in trafficking humans, and that is a huge, huge problem. We've heard stories about as the cartels, the coyotes are moving people throughout Texas. Some people, they have deadlines to hit. Like any other business, they have a deadline. And if these individuals are starting to lag behind because they're tired and they've been on the road, they will sometimes use amphetamines and inject these people with amphetamines to continue to get them to their destination on time. There's many women and children. People are dying on ranchers' lands because of heat exhaustion. They're also dying in the Rio Grande River. We heard the Sheriff Martinez told us a just heartbreaking story about his deputies finding a pregnant woman that they later found out was from Haiti. She was carrying twins and was at full term, and she drowned in the Rio Grande trying to make it across. The fact that the immigration policies of the federal government have basically turned over the immigration system to the Mexican cartels is shameful.